Isn't it crazy how some people can invest just a few $100s into a coin and turn that into $1,000,000, sometimes even overnight? While these are crazy stories, what if this could happen to you? Is it just luck or is it skills? All right, so how do you turn $1,000 into $1,000,000? That's what we're going to answer today. So I want to talk about, first of all, there was a story that a guy invested $100 in Safe Moon and turned that into $8 million. Can you imagine that? So I'm going to share with you some very important stuff today that you should take a paper and some pen and write down if you want. I encourage you to watch this entire video because I'm going to reveal to you some inside secrets that I learned myself and how I became a crypto millionaire. So I usually don't share my wealth, but you know, since we're talking about money, I'm going to share some of my lifestyle with you. So let's get into that and share that stuff with you about, you know, just a little bit about my lifestyle, a couple of like minutes. So first of all, yeah, I made over $2 million during the last bull run, and I'm going to share with you how I did that. But one of the things that is really great, that it allowed me to retire from my coaching business. I was a professional coach. I did very well in that business. This is a picture of me speaking with 1,000 people. But let me share with you the lifestyle that crypto can give you. One of the things that I want to say is that while many people travel 1 or twice per year, actually my family and I travel probably 20 times a year. So this is a picture of us. A couple of months ago, we went to like sail and had a great time with my family. You know, we travel all over the place. And this is great. One crypto allows you to do that, right? I just came back from Dubai. I opened a business there, and I'm actually going back next month. We're going to stay there for another 3 weeks with my family. So this is just one of the things I think that is really great. And then when I come back home, I come home to my beautiful home and my luxury cars, and you know, I have pretty much everything a man could ever want. So that's why crypto is really great, because it gives you the lifestyle to do what you want, right? So how did I become a crypto millionaire, right? First of all, we need to go back. We're going to talk about 3 things. Number 1, we'll talk about the past. We'll talk about now, what's happening now in crypto, and what you need to do in the future. So let's get started about the past. Like, what are the things that you need to do? And one of the things you quickly need to realize is that Bitcoin is not necessarily going to make you a millionaire. Altcoins are the only way, okay? So keep that in mind as you're looking into investing in crypto. So one of the things that I started to do, and you can see here, we have the red and the green at the bottom. The red zone is when crypto reaches the top. So anytime Bitcoin, you can see there, that was the top. It touched the red. Sometimes it goes further in, but in this bull market, it went to the top and then it started going back down. And so what your goal is always to buy in the green zone, okay? So I started buying Bitcoin here, and that was one of the secrets to making money in crypto, okay? Now, that's not the only thing I did, obviously. Otherwise, I would not be able to make as much money as I did. But I want to start off, though, before I go further, that everything is easy in hindsight. When you look back, like, for example, Doge just pumped, right? And you can look at it and say, well, yeah, you know, I made a video a couple of days ago. Elon Musk buys Twitter, become a Dogecoin. And what happened? You know, Doge went up 140%, right? And maybe you watched that video. Did you buy Dogecoin? You know, put a comment if you did. By the way, make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you like this content, right? And press like on this video. It really helps the algorithm as well. So thank you for that. But yeah, basically, I put that video out. I invested in Dogecoin. Some of my paid members who joined the group coaching also bought the Doge, and they made like money. So, but now when you look back and say, yeah, of course I should have bought Doge, but you didn't. So I want to share this. Not always as easy as just looking back to what to do, because it's happening in the real time, right? So yeah, let's talk about one of the other things you got to do beside buying altcoins is you got to get into something called ICOs. So most of the money that you're going to make in crypto very fast are made by buying initial coin offering. And all that is basically a crypto launch, right? You buy at the earliest stage. Now we're going to talk about that, but you're going to buy at the earliest stage possible. By the way, I will share with you some tokens for you to look at. But here's a few that I recommended to my inner circle group that I coach. I'll be sharing that with you now, okay? So, quick story. So that's what I did, right? So I invested in the early stage. I bought altcoins. I bought ICOs. All of that allowed me to make the money that I made in crypto. So now we're at part 2, which is the now. Now you're in this journey. Maybe, I don't know who you are, whether you got $1,000 or $10,000 or $1 million, doesn't matter. Everybody is at a place where they can make serious money in crypto. So this is where we are now. You can see that we had a pump and now we're going down and now we're back in the green zone. So this is your opportunity to invest into this journey. It's your journey. But you gotta see the opportunity first, because if you don't see it, you're not gonna be buying. And if you're not buying, you're not gonna make money in crypto. So I wanna share with you now that I was in this same stage with you way back then, right here, and now you're here. Does that make sense? So can you see the opportunity we have, right? And if you can, that's great. But there's 3 steps to become a millionaire. Now, 1,000 into a million is a lot more challenging than, let's say, 20, 30,000 into a million, but it's not impossible. But right now, there's 3 steps you need to take. Number 1, start with the chains. I made a video about that yesterday. If you haven't watched it, go watch it. So you want to watch that video. It's called Altcoins to Buy Now. The smartest investors are buying these altcoins. So, but yeah, go back and watch that if you can. And so let's talk about number 2. You want to ecosystem tokens within those chains. So BNB has an ecosystem. So a lot of the best gains, and I will share with you today, okay, so watch this entire video about what are the altcoins that can give you, let's say, a 75x. Would you like to make 75x? Well, you can't just buy the chains. Chains may not give you that. Bitcoin certainly is not going to give you that. So what are the tokens that will give you a 75x? I'll share with you that in a minute. And then ICOs, which come back in the future, because I'm not sure that there's a whole lot of ICOs. There's some, but there's not a whole lot that you can buy into right now. So let's talk about Aptos. I don't know you heard about it. So that would be an example of a crypto launch and that you could have invested in. And I invested in it, and so I bought into Aptos. But I will tell you the truth, I did not buy a lot. And the reason I didn't buy a lot is because the market cap at $1 billion is very, very, very high, right? And if we look at other tokens here, the biggest competition is Solana, and they're only 11 billion, right? Think about that. And they start off at $1 billion. That's a little bit too high for my taste. Now, okay, you know, they're trying to be better than Solana, but I'm not sure that they're starting at a very low price, if that makes sense. So Cardano, 14 billion, Matic, 8 billion. Those are very quality chains. So I'm not a big fan of Aptos for that reason, because their market cap is just too high, right? And they've got an ecosystem. So make sure to subscribe to this channel, because we'll be recommending some of the tokens to buy within the Aptos chain in the future, right? Because these may not start at a high market cap. You might get a better deal. I just think that, yeah, they're not giving you the super good deal as far as I'm thinking for Aptos market cap. So another coin that I had recommended was AVA Token, which is from Travala. Now, their market cap is only 38 million. Can you see, like, when you invest in a token, you should invest at the lowest market cap possible, because as they become 100 million, or if that goes to $1 billion, then you can do the math. Divide $1 billion by 38 million, and you'll get a lot more return. So this could be 50x, 100x, 200x, right? So the potential is there. So those are the kind of tokens that I will take some of my money and invest in. And because I use this token personally, when I travel, I'll use Travala, pay with crypto for my air flights, for my hotels. You can use that, and then you get actually AVA tokens as a bonus. It's really great. I like it, and I like to buy tokens that I personally use, or I see the value in it, okay? So that was one of them. So there's the other way to get really great altcoins opportunity, okay, is that you are getting altcoin coaching. And yeah, I get the crypto said I bought Dogecoin when you called. That's great. Crypto control. Okay. But the other way to get altcoins is altcoin coaching. So what I did back in the previous bull run before, right? I put in all my like credit card. I bought all these crypto coaching programs, and I was waiting for suggestion rather on what altcoins are the best to buy for the biggest gains. And one of them was SushiSwap, and I bought SushiSwap very early. I made a lot of money with it. So that was one of the examples that altcoin coaching can do for you, right? So just very quickly, if we also have our altcoin coaching program or crypto coaching like program, check the description in this video if you want to know more. It's a more advanced, and we give you specific altcoins to invest in. Sorry, did I miss something? Right, that brings us to part 3. Okay, part 3, the future, right? How to 75x your investment in a safe way and in a more risky way. There's a safe way to do it and there's a risk way to do it. Let me share with you the safe way first, because if we look at, this is what we're looking at right here, right? We're at the bottom of the green zone right now, okay? And that's where we are right here. And we're gonna go all the way to red zone, probably in 2025, after the next halving. That dotted line is the halving. And then what's gonna happen is Bitcoin could go as high as 218,000. I agree that's bullish, but that's what the red zone tells us. And this goes back all the way to the start and where we are now. And it can help kind of predict where the price is gonna go next. So I have a lot, this is part of the big strategy, right? You have to understand this to be able to buy altcoins and hold them long enough to make serious money, okay? So, but you don't want to buy Bitcoin, but Bitcoin is the king and everything follows Bitcoin. So I'll give you an example of one of the tokens I recommend in my crypto coaching, which was Cake. Now, Cake can 75x from the bottom. I just did the math like today. I've never really done it. So I spent time for you and did, okay, you know, this is the all-time high. So obviously, that means from the bottom. Now, we bought at the bottom. It pumped a little bit, but not that much. Honestly, there's still a lot of opportunities there. But obviously, they always, like a magnet, is always bringing back to the all-time high. But the next bull market, we always break the all-time high, and we're going to go to the new like level if it's a quality token, right? So if you were to put $13,000 into this cryptocurrency and it's going to 75x, you could become a millionaire, okay? Now, obviously, if you have 1,000, you're not going to be a millionaire with just one token. You'll have to do other things. But can you see what I'm saying, right? And by the way, it's built on the BNB chain. You need PancakeSwap to swap. So it's a necessary token. I talked about that yesterday. All right, so the other thing is another way to become a crypto millionaire is to invest in quality ICO, initial coin offering. And there are small caps, and you have to find them, these tokens that are trending, and I'll show you how to do that. Okay, so one of the ways to do that, but before I tell you, my rule in small caps, I never put more than 3% of my cash into small caps. Now, I'm dealing with a large amount. If you're dealing with a lower amount, you could take more risk, but I have a big amount of money that I'm trading with. Does that make sense? So you got to figure out what your percentage is. But for example, when we launched METAGOLD from the bottom, and you could, you know, when you sign up for a crypto coach program, we actually going to show you our own ICO launch, because I do ICO launch. And really, guys, I got to tell you, that's the secret to being rich, is find somebody who's willing to share their ICO with you. But a lot of people are not willing to do that. So we only share that with our own inner circle members. But if you had done that, and I brought in people and they invested at the bottom, they were able to bring up, if they sold at the top, 13,000%, 134x. Put it this way, if you had put $1,000 into that from the beginning and it does 134x, 1,000 into 134,000. Would you like to do something like that? Okay, now obviously all the altcoins are down. People ask me, you know, how is it doing now? Well, it's not doing very good right now, but no altcoin is doing, especially small caps. Small caps are the last ones to pump. So to leave you with this, okay? Maybe as you're watching this, you're wondering, well, how can I do that? Do I need to do your crypto coaching? No, you don't need to do that. Although it would be good for you to do that. But one way is you could go to a website called PinkCell, and these is where a lot of the launches are happening. I don't know if you heard of PinkCell. PinkCell is a great place to start. And so we launch our tokens here, and LockPay was launched here. but you can see that there's tokens that are happening right now that you could go buy. Now, I don't recommend it, not now, but you could go and start doing your own research and look for quality tokens, okay? And when you find them, do your research, right? Who's the team? Have they launched previous tokens that have done well, right? Do they solve a problem? You know, you got to do all the research on that token before. You don't want to just speculate and invest in just anything, right? You want to do your research. So, guys, in short, right, and I know that's not the entire story, but I'll tell you, in short, that's how you become a crypto millionaire. There's a lot of opportunities in crypto. They come out every month, right? We saw Doge pump this month, there's a bunch of other cryptos I haven't talked about that are pumping right now. But anyway, hope you've enjoyed this video. If you like the content, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye for now.